In less than 12 seconds, a human being becomes a monster. No warning, no cure, no time to think. What begins as a normal morning quickly turns into the fastest collapse of civilization the world has ever seen. Traffic fills the streets. People honk impatiently. Helicopters circle above. And then chaos erupts. A man bites a stranger in broad daylight. The victim convulses violently, collapses, and 12 seconds later, he attacks someone else. The infection spreads instantly, not in days, not in weeks, in seconds. Jerry Lane, a former United Nations investigator, is stuck in traffic with his wife and daughters when the panic explodes around them. At first, it looks like riots, people running, crashes, screams, but then he sees the truth. These aren't riots, these are attacks, and the attackers aren't human anymore. The infected move with terrifying speed. They don't stumble, they sprint, they leap, they swarm like predators hunting prey. Within minutes, the city is overwhelmed. Police are powerless. The military fires into crowds trying to slow the spread, but every fallen victim becomes another attacker seconds later. Society begins to crumble in real time. Jerry manages to escape the city with his family, barely surviving waves of chaos as buildings burn and highways become graveyards of abandoned cars. News reports start pouring in from around the globe. South Korea has fallen. Entire military bases wiped out overnight. In Israel, massive walls were constructed in anticipation of global disaster. For a moment, it seems like humanity found safety. But safety is fragile. Celebrations erupt inside Jerusalem's walls when refugees are allowed in. The noise echoes across the city. The infected hear it. Drawn by sound, thousands swarm toward the barrier. They don't stop. They don't tire. They begin climbing over each other, forming a horrifying tower of bodies, a living ladder made of the infected. And suddenly, the walls that once symbolized hope collapse under sheer force. The infection spreads across continents faster than governments can respond. Planes crash. Communications fail. Entire cities disappear from the map. Humanity is no longer fighting to win. It's fighting to survive another hour. While traveling to investigate the origin of the outbreak, Jerry notices something strange. In the middle of the chaos, certain people are ignored. A sick child. An elderly man too weak to stand. The infected rush past them, focused only on the healthy. Strong hosts. It's not random. The virus wants viable bodies. That realization changes everything. Inside a World Health Organization lab in Wales, surrounded by infected who have breached the facility, Jerry makes a desperate decision. If the virus avoids the weak, then becoming weak might be the only way to survive. But there's only one way to prove it. He injects himself with a deadly but treatable disease. Then he steps into a hallway filled with the infected. Every second feels like eternity. One mistake means death. They move toward him. They sniff the air. They get close enough to tear him apart. And then they lose interest. To them, he's invisible. The discovery spreads across the remnants of civilization. Soldiers deliberately infect themselves with controlled illnesses. Civilians follow. It's not a cure. It doesn't eliminate the infected. But it gives humanity something it desperately needs: a fighting chance. The world isn't restored overnight. Cities remain in ruins. The infected still roam. But now, humanity understands its enemy. The apocalypse didn't end, it evolved. What makes this story terrifying isn't just the speed of the infected. It's how quickly society collapses. How thin the illusion of control really is. One unpredictable outbreak, and within hours, governments fall, systems fail, and survival becomes the only rule that matters. This isn't just a story about zombies. It's a story about how fragile civilization truly is. One infection, 12 seconds, and the world as we know it is gone.